Hi everybody, it's been so long since I've done a video and it's killing me because I've been so busy, okay? And yeah, and finally I got light. I don't have to sit on my floor and do videos. So finally I'm back and I'm going to do a tutorial. I'm going to do something that I've been wearing every day. It's not a huge transition to my previous daily makeup, but slightly different techniques, so I hope you guys will keep on watching and see whether it's gonna jadi or not, so stay tuned. I will start with my moisturizer because I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm still fixing the lighting. I think everybody's going through the same problem with the lighting and stuff like that. It's like a whole production, so it's gonna have a little bit of problem with the lighting, but I think it's fine. I mean, enough. Yeah, so I have loads of scars collection from last year until today, and got pimples because I went for holiday and I started to break out because of the sun, because my skin is like, I don't know if some of you are having like the same problems I do. I cannot stay too long under the sun. I will burn and I'll get very black, like dark, and then after that, after I come back from holiday, my skin will like start to like koyak slowly, and then my face just breaks out, and like my skin is like crying like, why do you do this to me? So yeah, that's the story. So that's why like I'm still recovering from holiday skin. So I'm just gonna use my normal Garnier. Nothing changed since last year. I'm still with this moisturizer, Garnier Light. So far it hasn't, it's no problem for me at all, because no, my skin was actually worse before this. But after loads and loads of freaking moisturizer every day and really scrubbing my face at least twice a week, that managed to make it better. I'm gonna clip my hair. I totally forgot to do that. I don't know why. So how's your guys' holiday? I hope it went nice. Like, it's already, can you believe it? Today is what date? Today's already, no, that yesterday, sorry. Today's already 14th January. I feel like New Year's just happened. Do you guys get that? I get that a lot. Like, wasn't it just Monday? I get that all the time. I have something new which I like to share with you guys, but I have no idea what's the updated on this, because I'm sure some of you must have seen this in Guardian. It's the White Perfect L'Oreal, so it has a vibrator at the side, at that one end. So they give you instruction number 1 and number 2. So 1, you put in the liquid. Now I do this every day, at least twice a day. One time will be in the morning, and another time will be at night before I go to sleep. So I'm putting it, just dabbing it under my finger. And to use this, make sure that you put one eye first, then you use the vibrator, because I think the moisturizer really sips in fast. So yeah, it's actually vibrating now. Might as well just do it in one video, right? I don't want to do it in a separate video. So what I do is I go back and forth with it. I think it does make a difference, because I've been using it for a week because I bought this last week, but I think it does make a little bit slight difference in terms of how my concealer applies, because it feels, I don't know, my eyes don't feel as dry as it is, because it's quite dry under my eye bags. It's supposed to, it's an anti-dark circles, so anti-spots and puffiness, so I'm guessing that this thing has like a whitening effect on your under eye circles. I don't know, I'm not an expert on like dermatology, but I'm just thinking how all you guys will think when you guys go and buy all these products at Guardian or Watson's. So yeah, it's going back and forth. No, not so hard. And the reason why I'm actually using the vibrator separately from the tube is because I feel like the vibrator moves better. Vibrates better. Because I feel like when it's attached to that tube, it's like it doesn't vibrate as hard as how it is now. That sounds a little wrong. so like a massage, and the vibration is supposed to I don't know what, activate or whatever you want to call it. It is supposed to get all your water that's stuck in your eye bags. That's why your eye bags are like huge, or your eye bags are puffy, because you have a lot of water in there or something like that. I'm just translating it the most easy as I can. Okay, so that's nice, and actually it's not the greasy type, so it really just, when you put it on, it just goes in your skin well, and you can just wear your concealer straight away. For me, that's always a bonus, because you don't want to like put it on and you have to wait 5 minutes and you have to do again. No, just go ahead and do whatever you want. Okay, so the concealer that I'll be using today is MAC Pro Longwear. It's my number one concealer now, but this concealer works well works extra well as it is, especially if your eyes are like dry. It works well if your under eyes are nicely moisturized and it's not dry, because it could really make your eye bags really worse. So that's why I really use that's why I use this. Then I put this, and it just works well. So my color is NW25. Now I have already 3 colors out of this, because somehow I'm just sharing with you guys. Okay, I'm not telling you what's right or wrong, but when I went the first time I asked my parents to buy for me, it was when they were at UK. Kind of like the red color, but I'll show you. So you see, I have 3 colors. Now I always have problems, because the first time they bought for me was NW30, because for me, Studio Sculpt, I'm NW30, but for Pro Longwear, this is a bit darker for me. So you see, you have to make sure that you actually go to the shop and check it out first. If not, you're gonna really kind of regret. And this is not cheap. It's 70 ringgit. It's quite expensive. Another color I got is NC30, which is brighter. It's more because NWs are more like the warm tones, and this is like the pinky or whatever you call it tones. So yeah, this is brighter for me. Maybe sometimes if I feel that my skin is a bit brighter, or I want my eyes to be a little bit pop out, I would use the NC30, but I won't say that it's the most natural for me. So yeah, I went third time, and rupa-rupanya NW25 was like the best for me, which is also the same color that I use for I'm sure some of you guys know this one. It's the Select Cover Up, and this is a really good concealer also. It's not actually a concealer, but it's actually a corrector, but you can use it as a concealer. You know, concealers can use it in so many steps. Like you can put this first, and then you put this. Like hell, I put this first, and then I put my Studio Sculpt on, and it does make a difference. But sometimes if I have time to do that, but if not, I will not do that, because I don't have time. So what do I do is I would actually, if I rajin, I will use a brush, but common sense, I'll use my fingers, because it's everyday look, right? I put it behind my hand like this. You can see like that. And I'll start just dabbing it on. You just need a light hand. Oh my god, everything's falling. So there. And I love it. I think you don't really need to blend it a lot. It just really seeps in your skin well. And you know, with that eye cream that I use, is not the L'Oreal one. It makes it just a whole lot better to blend it. And the best thing, I think I said this before in my previous video where I've used this concealer, is that you can actually layer this concealer. So if you feel that you need more coverage, you can just go ahead and pop some more. But you know, sometimes concealers, I don't want to go too bright. Extra left on my hand, I would just use it to cover spots, which is not 100% effective, as you all will know. No matter how many times you cover it, it's still going to be there. So I'm using dabbing motions. I try my best to not try to cover everything, because no matter how good your technique is, when you go in daylight, people can see that you put on tons of makeup in. Not unless you have an airbrush. Make it as minimal as possible when it comes to covering, you know, your flaws. Okay, so you have your concealer. I concealed everything, and because the reason why I concealed first is because I'm using my mineral foundation. Because it's an everyday look, I wouldn't use liquid foundation because I realized that changed my skin a lot. Like, don't use, because I used to use this every day. This actually was my first video talking about this foundation. It's a really good foundation, but using it every day can make your skin even oilier, depending on your skin type, of course. I love this foundation. Like, I actually stopped using it for a while, and then I was using another the Sephora compact powder, which is this one. It's also a mineral. I was thinking like, hey, what's cheaper? I was trying to find, like, come on, I need something that's cheaper. Of course this is cheaper, 60 ringgit, but it made my skin kind of like break out. Yeah. But some people like it, so some people don't like it. I don't hate it, but I use it just to bring it in my handbag, and just in case if I want to take out any oil, I just use this to just dab it on. So I've already put some of my mineral foundation there, and I'm using, seriously, there's no other way I can stress this brush. It's the Real Techniques buffing brush. You have to try and get this. It's amazing. Okay, so you use it for liquid, use it for mineral, you know, you can use it for anything. You seriously have to try to get your hands on. So what I do is I swirl my brush in and I tap it, okay, and tap it out like that, some more like that, okay, and then I just swoosh. I like to buff things, you know. It's gonna give you the most healthy glow you have ever, not even glow, because this is a matte one, it's not the original. So there's two types, there's original and there's matte, and obviously I will go for the matte because I know that by the half a day my skin will be just oily. When I watched the video that came with that starter kit thing, it's actually in the form of powder, but when it touches your skin and when you buff it in, it becomes like a cream texture that melts in your face. I'm using my Urban Decay primer potion. I'm just going to use the most tiniest amount because if you use a lot, it might crease. So I'm going to go through my Urban Decay, one of the palette, which is feminine palette. And I'm sure everywhere, Urban Decay always like reuse their eyeshadows. So I'm going to use Stray Dog, and I'm sure there's like one in, it won't be the Naked palette, maybe it's another palette. It will usually circulate, like Dark Horse is in the Naked palette. So they like to, like, you know, reuse, and I think some other colors like Midnight Cowboy, yeah, it's also in another palette. So that's how they make money, I guess. But you know, the eyeshadows are good, so you cannot complain. And I'm gonna use a brush 217 for this. By the way, this is a good makeup for monolids like me. You know, I have no socket at all. If you can see from the side, the way you can know that whether you have socket or not is when you look at the side, your eyelid really goes inside behind there, if you know what I mean. So if I open and raise my eyes like that, you can see it, you know, close. So it goes behind. So that's why if you feel like your eyeshadow always crease, because be Asian or anybody who has monolid, the lids go behind, so it does create some kind of oil, which is normal. We all have oily skin, it's perfectly normal. So that's why we need, like, you know, primers, powders to actually try and set that oil and to make everything stay in place. So yeah, that's the truth and that's the reality, but never mind. So if I look straight, if you can really see that I have like a monolid, meaning there's like one straight line. Some people like that if I look straight. Some people has no lids at all. Some people have a little bit lids. Some people are lucky that they have a little bit of crease to just create that, but I don't have. So that's why, you know, one eyeshadow always helps. So I'm going with the Stray Dog. Okay, and be careful with these eyeshadows, they're really pigmented. And I'm just gonna go as close to the lash line as possible. Okay, it's really closely to the lash. And it helps to use a shimmer because then it creates that depth in your eyes. Because definitely I wouldn't use this color on my lower lash line because it's just gonna make my eyes smaller. So you always want to try to go a darker color right underneath. So I'm gonna use a Dark Horse, and this color is available in Naked Palette. I don't know why, I just love this color. Sometimes I use it just all over my eyelid and it's really nice. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I love your eyeshadow, because it's kind of like a gold, green, brown kind of tone, so it really suits Asian skin. And just really connect it to the end. Like that. And then I'm going with a black liner. I'm using Prestige. Look at that size, it's already so cry. So because you have monolids, try to avoid thick lines on your lid. It's better if you just line your waterline, your top waterline with black eyeliner. So what you do is you look down. That's what I do. I look down and I just lift the pencil to my waterline. Some of you might you just can't. So what you do, you can actually pull. I mean, if you're more comfortable with that. So see, it just helps you to have that invisible liner, and you don't want to close up your eyes, especially if you don't have socket. You try your best to open up your eyes. Now I'm going to line the waterline. Now I'm going with a smaller brush because it's quite, you have to think, your eyes are small, you don't really have a lot of space. You need a smaller brush to really smudge that eyeshadow. So this is a trick. If you want to smudge your eyeshadow underneath, don't just simply you have your black eyeliner, especially if you're using MAC Smolder, you're gonna have problems because it's just gonna end up here. So number one, try and get the most waterproof eyeliner you can get. Number two, set it with a black eyeshadow, and I'm using MAC Carbon. You can use any black eyeshadow, but for me, I think this eyeshadow the one that makes it last longer. And blend it and smudge it. So what I want to do, first step, you already have your black eyeliner. I'm just really covering this brush with the black carbon and tapping it off because you don't want any fallout. But this is the way to really make your eyeshadow, your liner last long and won't smudge down. So you're gonna really go between your lashes and your eyeliner. So you're just gonna, and the most important thing is to go slowly and small strokes, because if you do it fast, you're gonna end up an emo eye, unless that's the look that you're going for lah. And it helps if you rest your pinky on your cheek like this, and you just pull down a little bit of your eyelid and just slowly lah. Don't try and try and push it. This technique also helps you to cover your eye bag. So that's the everyday look for me. So my everyday looks will always try to hide stuff that I don't like. Okay, so that's one thing. So here you go. Now I like to create wings with an eyeshadow. Then I want to go over it with a liquid liner, and I'll show you how. So I know you're gonna say like, oh no, it's not gonna last long, but this is like the best technique, and for every day, if you don't want a harsh line, this is the way how you're gonna do it. So again, with the same brush, and brushes is so crucial, the type of brush you use. So this is very flat and small, so that's gonna help you really get the line and shape that you want. So I don't really mind if it's not that straight or it's not even, but I'll try my best to really get it even for myself. So I'm just gonna plot my wing. Because I have a monolid, I don't want to go all the way inside. I want to create that my eyes are longer than it is. So I'm gonna create that cat eye with that eyeshadow, and I just love it how everything's like feathered. So you're just gonna go slowly because you want to just plot that shape. And this kind of looks also you can find it from Korean girls, you know, because they know that they have small eyes. So we're just trying to accentuate that beauty. Okay, I'm just gonna make it thicker. You can leave it not as thick as what I'm doing, but I just like to go the extra mile making everything dramatic, especially even though it's everyday. So I'm just gonna plot that flick. So now what I did was I just made sure that I want to intensify the flick and making sure that it's both even. So I just look straight and I look left, look right, like nice. Okay, now I took my black eyeliner, any liquid liner. I think this is a L'Oreal, quite common one, but I don't really like the brush. I think I'm talking. That's what I'm saying right now. Yeah, I don't like the brush, but my other eyeliner was something wrong with it, so now I'm just doing a very tiny triangle flick at the end to just intensify that eyeshadow, and that will make our makeup last longer lah. So and then I went with my black eyeshadow and the ink is still wet, so but never mind, I just took my black eyeshadow and I just blended a little bit more with the eyeliner, liquid liner, and don't worry, it won't do anything. It's just I want to soften the lines at the sides so that it'll be more of a shaded look. So and then after that I took my short flat brush again and I just took some of my favorite eyebrow kit. You can use any color, and I just run it through very naturally, nothing wow but the eyebrow makeup of this thing. It's just me running through, making that line. So then you would like to set your eyebrows with some gel, and I'm using the Sephora one, and I think I bought it for like 30 ringgit or 39 ringgit, and this will help to just groom your eyebrows. It won't go crazy just like end of the day. And the thing I love about the Sephora eyebrow is that it really gives a natural finish. So what I did was I just run it through like so, up, and I also didn't really run it through because I don't want the color to go off. So what I did was I actually push the bond on my skin so my eyebrows will become flat and it won't go haywire. But if you can see, it gives me a more natural look. So and then you're gonna go in with your favorite mascara. Mine is the Ultra Volume L'Oreal, and it's the color black, and it has the biggest one. It's nice if you have big eyes or if you have wide side eyes, but I wouldn't suggest this for small eyes because the mascara is just gonna get everywhere. You're just gonna end up crying because of trying to get it off. So what you want to do is you want to start at the roots, really try and wiggle that color in, comb it through, up and down, try and get as much as you can, because you know Asian eyes, we need that big lashes to actually make our eyes pop, and it's really crucial that you try and get every lash colored as possible. So you do your other side, be careful don't poke your eye, and you can see you have beautiful lashes, and that's just gonna make your eyes open up even more. So now it's time to shape our face with some bronzing powder. So what you want to do is you would want to do it with a contour brush, and all you have to do is just get some of the bronzer on the contour brush. And this brush is really good because it really helps if you have a small face, you don't have a lot of space on your face, so this will get you the kind of shape you need. So what you do, you go hollow of your cheeks, you can do a C thing at your temples and your, what do you call this, your cheeks, your corner of your cheeks, and just make sure that it's as natural as possible. So if you look straight, you can only see that you can already have that kind of shape that you want, that shading, that shadow that you need to create the illusion like you have, you know, smaller face, or you have, you know, you're a skeleton, whatever. Okay, so once you're done with the bronzer, you're happy with it, you're gonna grab your favorite blusher. Mine is from Elizabeth Arden, Sugar Plum, and you're just gonna dab it on your apples of your cheeks, just the most naturally you can do, because the everyday look you wouldn't want to go over the top with it anyway. So what I like to do is I like to layer my blush because it really helps to make it last longer. Then after I've laid one, and I just grab my buffing brush and then buff that color in to make it look like it's part of the skin. This will give a more natural look, and you just top it up with some more. So and then you go take your favorite lip balm and then you just dab some on, so making sure that the lips are nice and moisturized, and it's also easier for you to glide your lipstick on. Lips, what I did was I keep it very natural. I just used my Twig lipstick. Just pat it on like that. So it's just natural. So I mean, it's good for glasses though, because most of the time I wear glasses with the makeup. Most of the times I wear glasses with this makeup, so it really, you know, it accentuates your look. So I hope you guys like this video. Please rate all the stuff, whatever you want to do. And I'm sorry I'm quite in a rush now, and I hope to make another video soon. So I hope to see you guys. Bye.